Hey guys, it's Keisha with Size of Care Creations, and on my channel, I am sharing with you my sewing journey, when I can get to it, some DIY crafting projects and things related to that, and just overall my journey in sewing. If you want to hear more about that and want to connect with me, please consider subscribing below. Otherwise, please continue watching. Welcome back. So in today's video, I am going to be doing my second Friday sews of the year. I do plan to do these much more frequently throughout the year. I don't know how often in the month, but I am going to try my very best to do at least one Friday sew type video throughout this year to keep that consistency and to keep a good cadence going on that. So in this video, I'm only going to be talking about, for the most part, the things I've done last week in sewing and DIY, and my plans for the upcoming week and things I plan to work on, and just my overall chat and just discussion of all things sewing, maybe other things, but yeah, let's get right into it. What do I want to tell you all? So since the last video, I actually did get my table assembled. I do have a video for that. You can see that on my channel. I think it's the very last video before this one, but I was able to get my table assembled. It's nicely set up in my sewing room. This is something that I wanted to get done from my plans from last week, and I'm happy to say that I did get that done. So if you want to hear more about my table, go ahead to my previous video and you can see all the details there. I did get my pattern weights finished. Thank gosh, thank gosh. So my pattern weights, I'm going to show you a nice video here in a moment, but my pattern weights is something that I have been wanting to do because I said before that the pattern weights that I actually have are not heavy enough for me, and I did not want to pay a lot of money trying to buy heavy, like industrial size or industrial use type pattern weights. So I found a tutorial on YouTube, and from that tutorial I was able to create my own pattern weights. I used like some washers, some bias tape, a hot glue gun, and I just got the work. So now I will tell you right now, these pattern weights, as pretty as they are and beautiful as they are, it was very time consuming. Not because it was hard, but because the wrapping of the bias tape around each of these washers was time consuming. I would definitely do it again, but just know that if you want to do this, have time to set aside and have time set aside to work on this project. It did use a lot of bias tape, and I do mean a lot of bias tape. I think I used about 12 packs of bias tape. 12 packs. I thought I had enough initially. I didn't. I ran out of the colors I was using, so I had to go back to the store, get more. I came back, thought about the different colors I wanted to use to kind of go with my decor in my room. And yeah, but it took me about 12 packs of bias tape to complete all of these pattern weights. But I really like them. I would do them again should the need arise. I think I'm good for a while. But yeah, these are my pattern weights, and I like how they turned out. And again, I found a tutorial online to get those done. And I have notes here so I don't forget anything, because sometimes I do videos and I forget certain parts of things I want to discuss, I want to say, and it's like too late. Yeah, so anyway, what did I do next? Oh yeah, so I am so happy that Rochelle at Handmade Designs went ahead and did this accountability partner Make 9 challenge for this year. Last year's Make 9, I had 9 patterns I was prepared, I wanted to work on. However, I only got 2 done, and only 1 I thought turned out properly. So this year, with her encouragement and the encouragement of other people in the community, I went ahead and agreed to do a Make 9 sewing challenge for this year. So I have a video maybe about 4 videos back, where I describe what I want to do in my Make 9 for this year. So feel free to go back and take a look at that video. But in essence, I was able to finish my first make, and my first make were these nice sewing room accessories, and they are actually placemats for my serger and my sewing machine. So I was going to do an ironing board cover, but once I thought about it, I already had an ironing board cover. I just purchased a new ironing board. It had a cover on it. The colors on the ironing board cover go with my decor. It is light in color, so at some point I may go back and just cover it, but it works right now. It's fresh, it's brand new. There's no need to go back and reinvent the wheel. So I thought to myself, I would just do these placemats, and they turned out really great. And the purpose of me having the placemats was because I figured if I use the placemat, it would help absorb some of the vibration from my machine as I'm working on it on my table. And it's just pretty. I just like the decor. I like the clean look of it. I like that when things are clean, it's some color. It's just looks nice on the table. I just like them. So I made 2 of them, and it was really, really, really easy. I simply used cotton fabric I purchased from Walmart one day, and they are reversible. So I used 2 different types of cotton fabric. Interface, I did use a little bit of my 504 spray, although I don't know it did the job perfectly, but I tried it out anyway. Thread, because the colors are pretty much the same, I just used a regular dark gray thread. And yeah, I actually made my own continuous binding bias tape. So I don't really know if I should say it's bias tape, but it's continuous binding. It was not cut on the bias. There was no need to do that because I just had straight lines. There was no need to have like stretch to go around a circle or anything like that. So I was able to do that, and I did a miter corner, something I had done before in the past, but it was great to be able to refresh my memory on how to do a miter corner. And I did a a stitch in the ditch. Now, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't a perfect stitch in the ditch, but I understand the concept. The concept of stitching a ditch for this purpose was to allow me to capture the binding on the opposite side of the placemat without having the thread be seen on the other side. Did I explain that right? I don't know. But basically you stitch the ditch, you put your needle, you literally stitch between the seam, like between the seams of your project. That's a stitch in the ditch. Now there were some areas where I could kind of see the thread where the stitch wasn't quite in the ditch, but for the most part, it's good as my first try. So yeah, I was able to get these 3 things done last week. And I just finished up the placemats early part of this week. So yeah, that was really, really great. I'm excited about that. So the challenge for Make 9 is like really keeping me motivated, and I'm ready to start the next thing, whatever that's going to be. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, I just want to thank Rochelle for starting this challenge and everyone in the community who is participating, because it's really, really helping to keep my sojo going and keep me motivated and getting me excited about sewing. Like, what's the next thing? All right. Okay, so where were the delays in this past week? 1, my husband's pants, y'all. No, they have not been hemmed yet. They have not been hemmed yet. I don't know what we're waiting on. Like, I don't know. I feel like when these pants are hemmed, we both are gonna be like, okay, it took us this long to get these done, and it only took like 10 minutes. 10 minutes? Like, really? But no, in all seriousness, it's just like schedules. It's just schedules, you know. So I want to decree and declare that this will be the week that the pants get done. I am wanting to get them done because I want to learn or have experience in doing a blind hem stitch, blind hem. So his pants require a blind hem. I've never done one before. I do have a blind hem foot as a part of my Madam Sew, I think, press-up foot set. So I am excited to go ahead and try to get those pants done for him. So I'm hoping that this will be the week that they get done. And then, oh, I had some floating shelves. I think last week I told you guys I wanted to get my floating shelves put up in my room, but I had some delay with that. So I'm thinking that this week might be the week for that, but I don't know for certain. So we will see. These are just things that got delayed, and I will just keep them on my to-do list. And I know they will get done. All right, so now let us get into some plans for the upcoming week. So this is the start of Black History Month, and while I did not have any hardcore plans for Black History Month themed sewing, I feel like right around mid-February, the end of February, I'm probably going to get like this urge to want to sew something that's festive. I don't know. But this month is Black History Month, and then we've got Valentine's Day. Now, I have been thinking about wanting to sew something up for Valentine's Day this year. I don't have any major plans, but we probably will go out, for dinner, my husband and I, and then we'll take the kids out for something. But I did want to try to make something for one of those occasions. Nothing extravagant, pretty casual, laid back. So I will see, but I do know one of my make nines for the year is a cardigan. So I thought maybe I could do a very easy cardigan in time for Valentine's Day. We'll see. I might have to think about a couple of pattern choices. I have two that I am considering, but I'm not sure yet. One is this M6084, which I'll put up here on the screen for you. And the other pattern, I cannot think of the number right now, but I'll put that on the screen for you as well. I have both of these patterns already in my pattern stash, and I'm just trying to decide of the two which one I want to do. But I thought if they are in fact really easy to do, I might try to sneak in this this shirt pattern by Simplicity, and it is Simplicity. So the display is R11677. But the pattern number itself is 9679, and it is a Simplicity pattern. So I do have this pattern that I want to make. Now, I purchased this pattern when it came out in the drop either last year or year before. I forget what year. I think it may have just been this past year. And I did not realize the finished garment measurements on here for me are not suitable on this particular pattern. I may have to go back and get the 9680. I don't know. I am going to see, because this requires a stretch knit, such as cotton knit, interlock, jersey, sweater knit, bamboo, or rayon knit. Because it's stretch, I might be able to get away with doing the larger size in this pattern. I don't know. I'm gonna try it and see. I don't want to use good fabric because I really do like this pattern, and I don't want to mess up my good fabric testing this out in terms of size. So I might just try to go to Walmart and pick up a really inexpensive bundle of something, try it out, test it, and if the fit is okay, I know I can go and get better fabric for it from like a Joann or something like that. So yeah, that is one thing I want to do. Well, three things I'm thinking about. No, I can't count. There's two things I want to do in this coming week. So we will see how that turns out. But those are my plans for this week. I'm just trying to think about which cardigan, if I'm going to be able to get this shirt done as well. That would be a huge accomplishment for myself, being able to get two things done like this in like a week and a half or 2 weeks timing, I guess. Because I've never done a cardigan, and I have not done I've done a knit t-shirt as a part of the Sew It Academy, but I have not done anything like this just yet. But I have been on some of the social media, and I've been on YouTube, and I've seen a couple of reviews on this pattern, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be a hard one to put together. So I'm hoping that the sizing is what works out for me, because if the sizing works out for me, I know I can go back and do another one. So yeah, those are my sewing plans. Again, I want to thank you all for tuning in and for sticking with me as I go on my journey. And again, if you have not already liked and subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to do so. I would love to connect with you and see what you're doing and your crafting or sewing or your DIY, or just how are you in life. So thanks for watching, and until we come together again, God bless.